And I am recording the meeting for those owners that weren't able to join us as well today. So if you guys ever want to revisit what we talked about here today, you can look at it as well.
Ellie, this is Art Morales. Where would, and
Hello.
pleasure to meet you. Where
You
would
as
we
well.
look? Where would we look for a recording?
I will be sending that out via email. It looks like we had just a little under 40 emails bounce back. So we're looking into how to get to those owners.
Okay.
But it'll be the same email address that this link came from as well, too.
Right. Okay. I gave you a hint. I'm not a techie, so that helps.
Well, you got here, so that's I think you'll be tech enough.
Yeah.
Art, I created a Zoom account.
Great. What?
I created a Zoom account so that way we don't have any confusion regarding Teams versus Zoom.
Oh, that'll make our VP very happy. Thanks.
We missed Charlie on the last meeting.
Well, he's probably busy doing surgery, but I'll make him aware of it.
Okay. He's already got his hand. Okay, so we are at 11:02. Hi, Bill. How are you? I see you waving. Yeah, I guess we can. Bill, do you want to lead us off here?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, and I sent this to somebody, responded to the email. I think it'd be helpful if we got this meeting announcement more than a day before it happened.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. We were kind of trying to get this one organized and rolled out prior to the transition, but we're going to be hosting several more of these. And so we're going to determine a schedule based on what we think the appetite is and roll those meeting invites, 1 to 2 weeks out ahead of time.
Thank you. Just wanted to make a comment. Have a good day. I'll stick around.
Thank you, sir. Right on. Well, thanks, Bill. So thank you, everybody, for joining the call. What we're going to do today, since we've got a number of owners on the call, is we're going to keep everybody muted. We're going to go around and do some light introductions, and then we'll kind of open the floor to the owners. And so if you do have a question or a comment, what I'd ask you to do is either raise your hand a la Bill or shoot a comment over to Ryan McLaughlin, who's the host of the meeting, and then we will get to those accordingly. So again, thank you everybody for being on the call. My name is Eric Walls. I'm going to be the general manager here at the St. James Place in Beaver Creek. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I went to school at the University of Denver. Upon graduation from DU, my first job was with East West Hospitality back in 2009 as a seasonal guest service agent at the Highlands Lodge. And so worked at the front desk there, got into a management role, was there for about 3 years, and then moved to the operations manager position at the Hyatt Mountain Lodge in Villa Montaigne, right across the street. So I do have quite a bit of experience in operating a timeshare or a fractional ownership. And after 5 years at Hyatt Mountain Lodge, I moved into the property management sphere and managed the Oxford Court, which is just right down Avondale. And then for the last 3 years, I've been managing a portfolio of 7 commercial and residential buildings in Vail. And so I've been with East West for about 13 years. I'm really excited. St. James is an exceptional property, obviously iconic landmark property in Beaver Creek. So it's a very exciting project for us to be working on. We've been working the last, I started early June to start helping with the transition phase and try to be as prepared as possible going into the July 1st go live date. And so again, nice to see everybody on this call. What I would suggest is invite all the owners here. I think you should have my email to reach out to me directly if you'd like to get chat, or if you'd like to chat and become better acquainted. And I will hand it off to Ryan.
Great. My name is Ryan McLaughlin. I'm the Director of Operations. I've been working in property management in Beaver Creek for almost 20 years now. And you're going to be in great hands with Eric. We're excited. We're just here to support him and his team as he builds out a great operation here.
Yep, and thanks, Ryan. And so an exciting operational opportunity that we were able to identify here early in our transition is to utilize our local shouldn't say on-site, located in Avon owner relations department. And so we've got Ellie here representing them, and I'll let her introduce her to you and tell us a little bit about what she does.
We can't hear you, Ellie.
How about now? No.
There we go. No.
You can?
Yep.
Okay. So again, like I said, I'm Ellie Farrell with Owner Relations, and this is Virginia as well. We apologize for our poor lighting. We normally rely on the sunshine for our lighting, and today is a little overcast. But we look forward to working with you guys all. We'll be pretty much your main point of contact when you are not on site. Obviously, if you're on site, Eric and his team are going to be a great resource for you. But prior to your arrival and your stays and any questions you have about your ownership, that'll be a phone call or email to us. The email that you received this link with, that'll be your main point for emailing us. And we're also getting our tech team to get a phone number ready within the next couple days here. So we'll be able to distribute that to you guys next week, so you can give us a call and hear our voices. And if you're ever in-house and you'd like to come see us, we will be permanently in Avon starting in November. So we'll be excited to meet you in person as well. But yeah, so we'll be your gurus and hopefully good friends.
Yes, and good morning, everybody. Probably won't work with you too often, but I am on the East West hospitality team. I've been with the company for about 16 years. I have operations, guest service experience, reservations, revenue management, and supporting the business application side of things now for the company.
Perfect. Thanks, Liz and Ellie. Yeah, so that's the East West team. We're really looking forward to serving this community. The point of this meeting, obviously, we're not quite live yet. And so we just wanted to give the owners here an opportunity to meet us and, tell us what's on your mind. Let us know if you have any questions. And so I think we can move over to that portion of the meeting. If anybody's got anything, just go ahead and raise your hand or shoot a comment over to Ryan. How about Art?
How about Art? Yeah, I want to introduce myself to the group, and thank you very much for joining. I've been on the board. Well, I got elected. I drew the short straw and got elected president a year ago. I've been on the board about 10, 12 years. I chaired the finance committee before then. I'm from Houston, and we really have enjoyed the St. James facility. We go in August, anything to get away from the heat here. That was our primary goal. We've taken an inventory of our business practices at the St. James. Last year, if you remember, those of you that read our letter, we selected a new law firm. We did away with a previously required rule that forced the interval owners to buy insurance. We found out that was not right. So with our new law firm, we corrected that problem and hopefully save you some money. We looked at our management agent services, and we had some issues with Vail, but we've tried to work them out. We've communicated those for the last 2 years, and we felt it timely to go out and see what else was out there and so forth. And one of the reasons we went with East West is that they're very dedicated to their employees, and they're right down the street, down the hill, and we felt that with their record, they're growing, that might be a better fit for us. And so we're excited and we're impressed with what we see. And please feel free to ask any questions either of me or the staff there. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Art. And I do see one comment or question in the comments so far to have a contact list. And we can send that out with this recording as well, with any contacts that you might want or need.
Thanks, Art and Ellie. So we do have a couple of questions coming in. Marty is asking if there is any update on the status of the potential roof repairs and replacement. And so that is certainly something that we're taking a very close look at as kind of a more of immediate and future concern. We've got Umbrella Roofing provided us with a proposal to make some more immediate repairs. Our initial assessment is that we can maintain this current roofing system for another 5-ish years. And so, you know, that clock starts ticking. And so we'll start doing our work and research on that well in advance, and any material updates will be provided to the ownership as they become available. Can we add a second email address for communications? If so, how? I'll defer to Ellie on that, I'd imagine so.
I suppose I might need a little bit of clarity, but I can explain what we've got so far. The SJ reservations at eastwest.com, that is a shared inbox by our department here. And any communication that comes through there, if for some reason it needed to be directed to the front desk or Eric, we can always forward those on. But again, we'll include Eric's contact, that contact, front desk contact in that email. Is there, if anyone can clarify if that does not answer the question, if there's a different contact you're hoping for?
Yeah, and you know, what I can say is that for our general HOA communications, I'll be maintaining contact groups. And so you can add as many spouses or relatives to that as you'd like for general communication purposes. Okay, we'll go ahead and let Bill in.
Oh, I just wanted to say that if you recognize this, it's the backboard in the bedroom in room 212, which I am here. This is my week. We love it here. It's been, I don't know if anybody else is up at the St. James right now, but it's been in the 70s all week, which is a lot cooler than the high 80s in Denver. But thanks for having this meeting.
Absolutely. Well, if you're in town, maybe we'll come by and say hi and get better acquainted. Anything else?
How to be added to
So who's asking that question?
Aubrey.
Aubrey. Yeah, so Aubrey, just provide me with whatever email addresses you'd like to include in our roster, and we'll go ahead and make sure that gets updated. Any other questions from the group?
Eric, maybe I can add some comments to the roof. Initially, the roof was projected to be fixed in or replaced in 2036 by a previous reserve study that was done in 2018. We're having a new reserve study done this fall. And we've already, with East West, have a consultant coming on board to do that. And what we found out, we went out for bids thinking, well, we didn't want to let the contractors know what we thought the cost might be. But the costs came in like twice what we thought, over 10 million. And I'm sure it's no surprise that inflation continues to be a big factor. The plywood, for example, was $7 a sheet. They got up to $80 a sheet. So that was part of the reason. And in the meantime, Vail had a structural engineering inspection done, and then we wanted one to get a viewpoint for the association. We found some structural issues, and East West is and Vail agreed to do this a month ago. East West is taking the lead on that, thinking that some of this would carry over. We want to get those out of the way first. And we probably right now are spending, I don't know, 80, 90,000 a year on roof repairs. So we figured it was a good time to look at it. So maybe this delay will be a blessing, and hopefully inflation will be down in about 3 to 4 years. And we looked at some potential financing scenarios. Well, first of all, we're very healthy. Our balance sheet, we have $3 million on reserve funds ready to attack this thing, and other things that we've had to do. We put on hold some projects, wanted to get this roof out of the way first. And so we'll be looking, once we get this reserve study done, we'll be looking at numbers there next year and see when a more appropriate time period would be. And we'll look at several financing scenarios, and maybe have some flexible, we'll iron all this out for you, but we can do some flexible things like, if you pay up front, we don't know what that number is yet. And it's one number, a discounted number versus say 3 or 4 year loan, whatever the finance source that we work with. We're fortunate that we have 3 bankers on our residential committee, and they've been through some of this before. And so we'll compare that with East-West recommendations and come up with the best deal for everyone concerned. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Art, for adding that. We'll go to Phyllis. It looks like there's a bit of a duplicate question, so hopefully we can address them both. Phyllis and C. LaCroix. So they're asking about the on-site staff. So our goal was to retain as many of the staff members as possible. We offered, I want to say, just about everybody here employment with East West. We've been successful in capturing, who we've identified to be some of those key pieces. We've got new management. So myself, I'll be here full time. I've got an assistant general manager, Bruce Wetzel. He'll be here full time. We've kept, I want to say, 90% of the housekeeping staff. We have had to bring in some new management roles. And so we've got Bruce Wetzel, who's the assistant general manager, Daniel Viramontes, who's going to be our housekeeping manager. We've got a new director of engineering named Jim Taylor. And so he's gotten started. We're kind of dialing in the last couple pieces with retaining a couple of our maintenance people. And we've also got Laura, the concierge, who's going to be working for us full time, and Myra at the front desk, who's going to be staying on full time. And then it looks like there's a question looking to clarify Art's comments on insurance no longer required for interval owners. Art, are you comfortable expanding on that? Is that liability insurance?
Yeah, that was for the previous law firm and board mentioned that we had to have insurance for the internal, the inside the walls, and that just didn't seem right. So we went back and read the declaration, and it specifically says that the association is responsible for that. So that saved a lot of headaches and saved some money for our owners as well. So.
Thank you. Our Bill S is asking if I'm in the building today, and the answer is yes to that as well. I'll be a fixture. And let's see, and to the staffing point, so typically in the past, and maybe I'll expand on this a little bit, the fractional ownerships have utilized a single dedicated employee currently fulfilled by Sarah Wood for all things related to the administration of those fractional ownerships. Sarah has elected to remain with Vail Resorts, and so that presented an opportunity for us to utilize that owner relations department headed by Ellie, who are on the call today. And the way that we're kind of approaching it is that will be an increased level of service for those questions. You don't have too many eggs in one basket. You've got an entire dedicated local department to take care of all those items for you.
I think, Eric, one other thing to say is that I think the audience will be glad to hear is that East West, one of the things that we were impressed with is that East West is building a 300 unit apartment project in Edwards for its employees. So that was certainly a highlight. I'm sure you all are familiar with the housing shortages and situations in there. So we felt that that was a good thing for them to do. And I don't know what the status of that project is.
Yeah, so I think they're buttoning up the entitlement process on that and getting ready to break ground here pretty soon. I'd also mentioned that we did also acquire some employee housing to offer our folks over at River Run in Avon. And so we're rolling that out to some of our, prospects and things, which is a very nice asset to have.
I think the other thing too, Eric, is that for every employee that comes over and joins East West, they'll get credit for their service benefit wise. And I thought that was pretty good. And then I think after 10 years, they get a sabbatical leave. So you might want to talk about that. So
That's right. Yeah. So like Art mentioned, East West is a very employee focused company. Obviously, we understand the value of our people. It's the backbone of what we do. And so when we were talking to the Vail Resorts employees, we wanted to give everybody the opportunity to work with us and bring them into our team. And as Art mentioned, we are honoring all original seniority dates for those folks as it relates to all the benefits associated, like PTO. Art mentioned our sabbatical program, which employees have access to after 10 years of employment with East West. And so, yeah, so we really rolled out the red carpet, and the way that the chips fell are seemingly very favorable, and we're in a great spot. All right, any other questions from the group? Well, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So again, I'll reiterate that I'd like to make myself available individually to every single person on this call. Never hesitate to call my cell phone, email me with anything and everything that you might need, and really look forward to meeting everybody in person.
And we will be, like I said, sending out an email with the link to this meeting, as well as Eric mentioned, we'll do some more meetings moving forward as the transition continues. We'll send out the contact list with any contacts that you guys will need as far as emails and phone numbers. And we did have a question if we're in the building today. I know Eric is in the building. I believe you're there all day today.
I'm here.
Yes, yeah. And you can reach out to us via email as well. We're happy to respond. And yeah, just keep an eye out for some more information coming from us, and we look forward to it.
thank you.
All righty. Well, again, thank you everybody for your time, and have a great weekend. And let me know if there's anything you need, okay? Oh, we got Bill.
I think you're muted.
Maybe we can unmute Bill.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to ask how, if I come down right now, how can I, where are you? Are you behind the counter?
I'll meet you in the lobby.
Okay, great. I'll be right there.
Tremendous.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.